Hi, this is Aaron from Tasteful Guitar. I haven't posted a video in quite a while, but I am posting because for the last few years, a couple years, I've been really fortunate to be working with a guitar builder, luthier, here in Edmonton. The guitar company is called TunaTone Instruments, and the builder is Leila Sidi. And I have been really fortunate to contribute to some of the design elements, like the aesthetics of the guitars. So this video has two purposes. One is to show this beautiful Teeny Tuna guitar, handmade, handcrafted by Leila, and the other is to introduce this proprietary vibrato system that was made as a collaboration between TunaTone Instruments and Maximilian Heidemann of Heidemann Guitars in Germany. So this is unbelievably exciting to me. And it came out of a few different conversations about vibratos and how they work and how one might be integrated into a Teeny Tuna, and then through just a relationship with Max online, this ended up getting prototyped and built by Max as the guitar was being hand built by Leila, and I'm so pleased with how it came out. It just works so well. So I'll start by just showcasing the guitar a bit, and then we'll engage the vibrato and show how that works. So this is the 6-string Teeny Tuna guitar. It's the standard guitar from TunaTone Instruments, and it's inspired by kind of Japanese catalog guitars from the 1960s. So aesthetically, that's where it sort of was coming from, to have a bit of an iconic look. And then the other major consideration in the design of this guitar was that it's meant to work well for people with small hands, people who are small of body or small of hands, or people with kind of mobility issues for whom full-scale guitars might be a little more difficult to play. So even though I don't fit that criteria, it's still a very comfortable instrument to play, and it gets some of that short-scale guitar magic that is why people buy those old guitars. The scale length is 24.75 inches or 629 millimeters. It works well for the purpose it was designed for. The pickup is a Roadhouse single coil pickup. It has a vintage kind of feel to it, kind of like a Supro or a Harmony guitar pickup. It's not like an exact emulation of any one thing, but it's warm and well balanced, and it also is very attractive physically. So I'll just give a little bit of how that sounds here. So the next part I'd like to discuss is the guitar is very exciting, but there are several TunaTone guitars out there in the wild, so this is not a world debut of this beautiful guitar, but it is a world debut of this vibrato system. So it's called a palm vibrato system, and the reason for that is that it was designed to address the problem of the player having to change their hand position fairly dramatically in order to utilize like a standard vibrato bar. And this was one of the things that I was very interested in a vibrato system. is there a way that you could use vibrato on the fly without having to grab and pull up a hanging bar, or without having a bar sticking out into your strumming area? I've just never had great luck as a player. I'm a little ham-fisted with that kind of thing, and so this was designed to combat that, because you can rest your palm on it and engage the vibrato on the fly. You can also even you can use your elbow or whatever. Like anything that happens to be back in this area can engage the vibrato. And personally, I'm in love with the effect of that, because the initial consideration was definitely met, that I don't have to awkwardly grab at a bar. But something I never really anticipated was that you can even sort of use all of your fingers and play vibrato at the same time. Another amazing consideration, and I will play it and I'll stop talking, but one consideration was that people may not want the vibrato system to be engaged all the time. So to that end, there is a mechanism to lock the vibrato, so that you slide it forward, you tighten it, and then it barely moves. It can't really move anymore. And so if you were to bump it with your hand or something like that, you wouldn't get vibrato. But I think most people, once they get used to this vibrato, will not lock it and will want to keep it open, because you can just throw in vibrato much more quickly and easily than in the past. So I'll give a little demonstration of that. And so you can see that I'm using 4 fingers at the same time and engaging the vibrato, and it really is going to bring a lot of creative possibilities that may not have been available before. So just for my tone here, in the first clip there were no effects. It was just completely dry into the Purdy Tube Amps MP18. On this clip, I am using the Electro-Harmonix platform compressor and a TC Electronic flashback for some slapback, and a TC Electronic Hall of Fame reverb for reverb. So one of the things that makes this vibrato system so perfect for this guitar is that you can't tell from looking at it, and the fact that it's a short scale, you wouldn't necessarily realize that this guitar is actually quite rigid. So I am someone who does a fair number of neck bends. So like I'll finish off a song and I'll kind of crank on the neck. But these guitars have carbon fiber around the truss rod, which means that the guitar doesn't do neck bends like some. And it is the reason why it has a very kind of lively feel, like you're not losing a lot of vibrations in the body and in the neck when you're playing, because of that truss rod. But if you like those bends and sags of doing a neck bend, this vibrato is kind of perfect for that. Yeah, I'll do a little finger picking. So this is kind of like something that I've never been able to do before, which is like kind of finger style picking and vibrato at the same time.